Dear friends, namaste, and that's Ramneek Wig right in front of you. Friends, today here I'll be talking to you about pranayamas for good health. Now, friends, it's very important for us to be healthy. It could be the physical health or the mental health. Both of them are very important. And pranayamas work both ways. It works on our physical health as well as on our mental health. Now, let me tell you that the role of pranayama is to oxygenate the cells of the system. So, primarily, what pranayama does is it helps us to oxygenate the cells of our system. The role of pranayama is not a physical exercise, it is more of a cellular exercise. So remember that it really doesn't make a difference what time of the day you're doing it. Are you doing it indoors or outdoors? Are you seated upright or not? Is your chin parallel to the ground or not? These things are pretty irrelevant. The most important thing in pranayama are two. Number one are the ratio patterns between the four limbs of pranayama. Now, and the second one are the bandhas or the pressure locks which we apply in our system to further increase the cellular pressure drastically so that the cells can get detoxified and finally get oxygenated. So first, let us try to understand that what are the ratio patterns? What do I mean by the ratio patterns? Now remember that pranayama has four limbs. First is inhalation. Second is internal retention. Third is exhalation. And fourth is external retention. And there's a fixed ratio pattern between these four called as 1:4:2:4. Then the bandh or the pressure locks are the bandhas which we apply in our system to further increase the cellular pressure drastically so that the detoxification of the cells can take place. Now, many a time people do tell me that, sir, I was seated upright, my chin was parallel to the ground, my back was straight, but when I do ask them, then what about the ratio patterns and the bandhas? They have no answers. They tell me, sir, we are unaware of the ratio patterns or the bandhas. So until you take care of the ratio patterns and the bandhas, you're not going to get the desired results as far as pranayama is concerned. Another thing, friend, remember that it's very important to do pranayamas related to the disease you're suffering from. There are different pranayamas for different diseases. However, here I shall be telling you pranayamas for good health. But if someone comes to me and tells me, sir, I have cancer, I might tell him different pranayamas. If someone comes and tells me, sir, I have asthma, I might tell him different pranayamas. So it's important to do your pranayamas related to the focus, what your focal point is. So whatever your focus is, it's very important to do pranayamas related to that focus. Because many a time what happens is people are suffering from cancer and they are not doing any pranayama which are for cancer. Now, for pranayamas for cancer are very different from pranayamas for hypertension. So, friends, here I shall be telling you about two important pranayamas for good health. Though there are several important pranayamas for good health, many times people come to me. I do courses over WhatsApp video calling. Many times people do courses with me over WhatsApp video calling, and I teach them 30 different pranayamas in a teacher's training course on pranayama. So here I shall be telling you two important pranayamas for good health, and the first one is Suk Pranayama Stage 2. Now, in Suk Pranayama Stage 2, the technique of the pranayama would be something like this, that first we sit comfortably and we close our eyes and we keep one hand on the abdomen. Now, why am I telling you to keep your hand on the abdomen is to know that you're breathing right. Because there is a fundamental rule in pranayama that whenever you breathe in, your abdomen should expand like a balloon, move outwards. And when you breathe out, it should contract inwards. So if you keep your one hand on your abdomen, at least you'll be sure that you're breathing right. Now, in Suk Pranayama Stage 2, the technique is that as you're sitting comfortably, your hand is on your abdomen. The first step is breathe in from both your nostrils to the count of 5, and your abdomen should expand outwards like a balloon. The second step is breathe out through both your nostrils to the count of 10 now, and your abdomen should slowly move inwards all the way in. And that would complete your one round of Suk Pranayama Stage 2. Now, let me again make it clear to you that you need to do abdominal breathing. So when you breathe in, you're going to be breathing in to the count of 5. Abdomen would expand outwards like a balloon. And when you'll be breathing out, you'll be breathing out to the count of 10. And abdomen would very, very slowly sink inwards. Remember not to have any pauses in this entire exercise. Many a time what people do is that they're breathing in and out in bits and parts. That means they breathe in, they have a slight halt, they breathe in, they have a slight halt, they breathe out, they have a slight halt, and then they breathe out. So if you have pauses in the entire exercise, you will not get the desired results because the cellular pressure will not be able to be built up. So there should be no pauses in the entire exercise. Number 2, remember that the time taken in exhalation should be just the double that of inhalation. You're going to be breathing in to the count of 5, and you're going to be breathing out to the count of 10. So the ratio is 1:2. So remember to follow the ratio. Okay, let me talk about the next important pranayama for good health. And here I'll talk about Anuloma Viloma Stage 1. Now there are 2 stages of Anuloma Viloma. So here I'll be talking about Stage 1. Now Anuloma Viloma stands for alternate nostril breathing. That means you got to breathe in from one nostril and breathe out from the other. Then you breathe in from the later and breathe out from the former, and that would complete a round. Now, let me share the technique of this pranayama. The technique goes something like this. That first you make an apan mudra with your active hand. Now, this is my active hand. I'm a left-handed person, so this is my active hand. I've joined the middle 2 finger and the thumb together, and the other 2 fingers are like this, pointed outwards. So first you make an apan mudra like this with your active hand. The starting position would be close the right nostril like this and exhale out all your breath from left. Completely empty the abdomen. First step, inhale from left to the count of 4. Second, close left, exhale right to the count of 8. Now inhale right to the count of 4. Lastly, exhale from left to the count of 8. And that completes a one round of Anulom Vilom Pranayama. Now friend, again you've got to remember 2-3 very important things in order to do it correctly. The first thing is you first have to get into your starting position before you actually start your pranayama. And the starting position is that you got to close your right nostril, exhale out all from left, empty your abdomen first, and that is your starting position. If you are a right-handed person, you'll be closing the right nostril with the thumb. Since I am a left-handed person, I closed my right nostril with the middle 2 fingers. So once you've got into the starting position, the first step is you're going to be inhaling from left to the count of 4. Second step, exhaling right to the count of 8. Third step, inhaling right to the count of 4. and fourth step, exhaling left to the count of 8. And that would complete a round. So friends, it's very important to take care of the ratio patterns. Now that's the underlying word, ratio patterns. Remember, each time you would be inhaling to the count of 4, and each time you shall be exhaling to the count of 8. If you do not take care of the ratio patterns, you will not get the desired results. So remember to take care of the ratio patterns. Second, again, remember that you always inhaled from the same nostril through which you had exhaled. If you remember this principle, you will not go wrong. If you had exhaled from the right, inhale from the right. If you had exhaled from the left, inhale from the left. So friend, these were the two important pranayamas what I have discussed today with you. The first one I discussed is Suk Pranayama Stage 2. And the second one I discussed with you today is Anulom Vilom Pranayama Stage 2. Both these pranayamas are great for good health. Again, let me tell you that I have over 1,900 videos on YouTube. So you can check me out over there. Also, my YouTube address is youtube.com/Ramneek Wig. And I have written 15 books, mostly on pranayama and food therapy. And if you're interested in doing any disease-specific courses, any basic courses, or any teachers training courses with me over the WhatsApp video calling or Skype, you're most welcome to get in touch with my center. My center number is 9910178140. So namaste friend, do take care of yourselves and have a great day ahead.